you. You ain't standing before this truth. You understand? We done took them all on, ain't gonna continue to take them all on.
Surrounded by Edomites, lost a lot of truth to this tree of life. Open up the book just to see I'm right. Reminiscing on my ancestors, on those ships who had to plead for life. Took us to a place where ain't never safe there. Poisoning our foods and put our children up in daycare. Fresh out of slavery, still thinking that they care. Guns in the community, children can't play there. Brothers still brainwashed, we died for that same cause. Took away our history, believing that we ain't lost. Brother, I'm an Israelite, sin is like kryptonite. Brothers won't pray, no, they'd rather link a chick tonight. Praises to the Most High, I ain't like most guys. Eyes on the future, but I learned from a boat ride. Tribe of Benjamin, inherited on both sides. Background Jamaican, mistreated and I know why. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites.
Kwam Yasha Allah, sons of the power. Rise from the ghetto when Satan want us devoured. The seal of the Lord ain't found in church towers. Never dying on my knees like no coward. Wanna be an Israelite, you gon' need more than fringes. You gon' need to show you approve and get in them scriptures. Oh, I forgot to mention, traumatized from the lynching. Homicide, we the victim, homicide ain't the ending. Kids with PTSD, suffering symptoms, never getting treatment. Something he gotta sleep with. Stockholm syndrome so long that it ain't a secret. That's why I die for them brothers I'm facing east with. Cause I'm an Israelite, crackers better get it right. Visions of my enemies, death flow through my dreams at night. And if your mind ain't there, then we don't dream alike. Reporting live from hell, home of Christians and Edomites.
I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites.
While they play the sidelines, comfortable on benches. Catch me on the front lines, putting work in trenches. Making sure our election, preparing for Armageddon. Mastering this profession of prophesying these lessons. Protecting our adolescents and answering all their questions. Teaching the love they reflection, no matter what the complexion. We got a common connection, a part of God's hand selection. A shot at the resurrection, through us achieving perfection. But to give life takes sacrifice. Battle demons every vice. Short days and long nights. Less sleep and more fights. More wisdom, more strife. Telling everybody that they wrong and you're right. I'm an Israelite, blood of an Israelite. I ride for my Israelites and die for my Israelites. We owe a debt cause Christ paid the price. So who ready to give their life the life of an Israelite?
I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites.
All jokes aside, you know how niggas be like, I'm this and that for life, I'm this and that for life. I'm on rest for life, nigga, this a blood oath. Hey, yo, Madara, here go a class for you, my nigga. 140 for the rebel. The world turned its back on me. I'm a crippling. We got soldiers, he got soldiers, but I got different ones. Ain't no way out, I tell you once. Don't pray for nothing, sin and curse. We can't forgive what's forbidden. Remain in them trenches. Trust in the Lord, but please forgive me for the times that I didn't. If rankings given, Have your respect to your apprentice. Be about your business. This loyalty's a death sentence. Look, trying to pick up with a blind fail. They said there'll be many mansions. I'm just grinding for my time share. Them devils ain't playing fair. They hunt you like Van Pelt. But ain't no getting out the game like Jumanji. You take that oath, it's a Dundee. Try to deal death to a priest. You won't make it out in one piece. So you can stand. Just make sure you got the heart. Say your name 3 times, then it's death do us part. Look. So how you feel about this truth I done shown you? This ain't the life you think, little nigga. I should want even your own people go disown. And the Lord said they hate you for my name, so you better keep it on. Ain't no more guessing, ain't no more questions. Make sure my election till I'm tucked away like George Jetson. Murder for capital, now it's murder at the Capitol. The world in amazement, we like fuck 'em, raise it. I pity those watching life as it go by. Be giving mercy in this life, I don't know why. In pump smoke, never try to. The dead at home, my brother be the dead, it's all I don't. Either fold or salute, my nigga. They like, how you stay focused? I told them I'm motivated cause of you, my nigga. Brotherhoods and weapons, still got weapons on the scene. Now I never do my niggas like Bishop did Raheem. Never mind in all beliefs, they under anesthesia. Shorty say she need me, said she wanna let that love go. Told I let that love grow. But if I bring you to my bed, that's a blood oath. So, how you feel about this truth I done shown you? This ain't the life you think, little nigga. I should want even your own people gon' disown. And the Lord said they hate you for my name, so you better keep it on. Yeah.
According to God, the white man is the devil.
You see, I've been in here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot. They like to claim leadership. They like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be above what they really is and have authority. But they don't really need that authority. They don't really know what to do with that leadership. You understand? You hold hands with this white ass, need to stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. See, everybody ain't with all that peace talk. Everybody ain't with all that bygone be. Boy, ask you to stop and ask you to prop. It's about to get serious. When they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, where the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. He cashed out on your blood, traded you in and bought a new biz. Ask you the prophets, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I tell you once, won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed it up for parole. Because of the COVID, it feel like the hoes in this world that don't go together. Know it's gold in the ghetto. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the score never settled. Yeah, see the prophets. I'm tired of these niggas keep talking about, you know, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the prophets. You know, like we all come together. Cause you know what they say God so loved the world. God so loved the world to know. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the prophets. Don't give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Hey, gentlemen, y'all, we don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to one with step, I'm solid for show. To them fake niggas, stay silent, I got it, let's go. I ain't taking no loss, ain't no talking when we got the flow. Ain't no peace, just pay with your own. I'ma be loyal to the right arm. Tell him we can't keep me slave. And I can never let bygone be bygone. Got your baby mother on high, got your baby pass through the fire. Ask you the prophets, that baby so below to the Lord. How dare you abort it? Therefore will failure, bitch, I can afford it. I prepare slaughter, you bring me my water. Push your leaders weak, let them lies slip through their teeth. Their ass need to stop and ask you the prophets.
That's just the reality.
ISUPK presents Ask Ye the Prophets Weekly Podcast. Every race in the movie.
We are not to trust. We are not to trust the oppressor, and we are not to trust the other.
Send in your questions to AskYeTheProphets@gmail.com or Ask Ye the Prophets on Facebook. and your questions will be answered live every Wednesday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shalom.
He's speaking of his own. All mankind put himself in it, man. Y'all what's that whole Ten Commandments? The white man made himself be the Egyptians and the Israelites. And the Persians. Every race in the movie.
Most High in Christ, Most High in Christ. Shalom Israel. Yabashma Shabrakatham. Yahushma Alathan Bashim Yahushua. Welcome to another episode of Act Sheet of Prophets. We're gonna get it in. Got some good articles we're gonna go in today and chop it up over that. Different things going on. I'm gonna touch on Mother's Day at some point. It's coming up. Give understanding all that. Sister sent in a good question. Sister named Tasha Mitchell. I forget where she might have been, from Michigan, I believe. And so that's it. Then I'm gonna go over the Passover. Of course, we just came off of a glorious Passover, man. The brothers working on the video tirelessly. They about to put them things out. It's one trailer that's out. It's just a tease, a horrible tease. I wanted to see more, but it's good. The brothers, the Hebrew Academy 22, sitting next to one of them right here, one of them mighty men, graduated and came out with the swords and the songs and did it up real big, man, real big. We'll go over that also. So and listen, the whole week of Passover was busy and wonderful. And if you wasn't there, man, fight to get there next time, man, because this was one not to miss. You understand? Every Israelite man is supposed to be there. You understand? And the Lord has stipulations for that. That's in the scriptures, but try your best to get there. Sisters, you should fight to get there, because it's really, the best family reunion you could ever go to. You understand? Even people that were there for the first time, every year, first timers, they in there, they blown away by the love and the brotherhood and the care and the sisterhood that we show. And all of them bring up the same thing. Like, man, I ain't never seen a brotherhood like this. I ain't never seen a family like this. Ain't nobody fighting, nobody pulling guns on each other. This many black people mixed with Hispanic and Latinos, mixed with Native American Indians in one place, and ain't nobody trying to cut each other's throat. Right. That's the ISUPK. They said, man, this is like the greatest family reunion I've ever been in. That's what they say, man. First timers that come to the Lord's Passover, man, and then it makes them want to become and continue to be part of this family, which is a good thing. It's the spirit of the Lord, man. Saying nothing more beautiful than the spirit of Christ, man. That brotherhood and that love, where we all learn it from. You know what I'm saying? We only could be brothers because of him and how he from what he showed us through his examples on walking this earth. Our mighty King Yahushua, man. He was the top brother, man, the top soldier of brotherhood. And that's what the ISUPK is founded on. You mess with our brotherhood, then you messing with our very core, our very foundation. And that's what we fight to defend that. We fight to the death to defend our family in here and this brotherhood. We don't have nothing outside of the brotherhood and sisterhood in here. Right. If you come in here and you ain't trying to be brotherly and sisterly and be this family that the Lord required us to be, you're going to stand out like a sore thumb, and we're going to annihilate the spirit that has you like that. You understand? And it ain't going to be a good thing. So we coming off the Passover, man. It was beautiful. We started off Tuesday, man. That Tuesday, I think it was April 12th, the fishing trip. I think you were supposed to go, right? Couldn't make it there. No sweat. I ain't see I. Listen, the fishing trip was good in that we was together. The UPK, we enjoyed each other's company like we always do. You know what I'm saying? And took pictures and just, and what was on the water together. That was the good thing. The bad thing was the devils that ran the boat. You understand? We've been putting bad reviews all over the social media against this Ocean Obsessions fishing charter in Cape Canaveral in Cocoa Beach, Florida. We've been putting horrible reviews
to where it got them scrambling. They calling TripAdvisor saying, these guys are giving us reviews. You got to stop them. TripAdvisor suspended us from making reviews because what these devils did, first of all, they took us on the water, right, and did about 50 miles an hour on some choppy waves. You know, we was blasting through waves the whole way, a whole hour and damn near hour and a half ride to the spot where they said the fish are. You understand? They doing about 50 miles an hour, you know what I'm saying, on that water, which got damn near everybody sick eventually, man. Damn near everybody got sick because of that hell. You know what I'm saying? They shaking us the hell up, bouncing on waves, hour and a half. You understand? That's the number one. You understand? Number two, put us over some fish where we was fishing and was barely catching anything. So then took us out another, 30 minutes, 45 minutes to a so-called another spot where they said the fish were, and we were catching fish, right? But we were catching red snappers, which I thought was a beautiful thing until they said we got to throw them back. You only could keep them. It's like 3 days out of the year, 3 specific days a lot where you could catch red snappers. And I'm sure our oppressor, the only ones get them on those 3 days. You understand? Right. And so they said we had to throw the red snappers back, and that's all we was catching. They're the captain, and they got the machines that know where the fish at and the fish readers. Why would you take us and put us over a bunch of fish that we can't keep? Right. Why in the hell do that? You understand? We paid good money for a good fishing experience. You understand? And so they put us over fish we couldn't keep. Got everybody sick doing all of that, the speed on the goddamn wavy ass water. You understand? They had a raffle. Whoever catches the I forget, there was 2 turns. One was $1 raffle, the other was a $5 raffle, depending on what type of fish you catch. But because they didn't put us over fish we could keep, you understand, we didn't catch a damn thing that we could take home. So nobody won the raffle. And then they had some stipulation like, you don't get a refund. The raffle, so-called, go to the next people who do catch those fish that the raffle was for. We don't know who got that damn money. You understand? So it was all a hustle by these devils, man. These devils. And then and I see a lot of people said that about them, that you do more damn driving on the damn water than fishing, than actual fishing. You know what I'm saying? So we did a lot of racing through waves and a lot of driving on a boat. And, during them times, as much as we could, we enjoyed each other and busted up. And it was enjoyable because it was us with each other, you understand? But these devils did us wrong. And so we start complaining about them. And again, they scrambling, trying to get Google to stop us from sending our reviews. They got TripAdvisor to temporarily block the reviews because we the ISUPK. And again, you mess with this family, you mess with all of us. You mess with one, you mess with all of us. You mess with a few, you mess with all of us. So we've been sending reviews, horrible reviews to them, and they don't like it, of course. And that's the purpose, man. That's the purpose, to show these devils you ain't going to just get away with it. We're going to destroy your business. You understand? You do us wrong. You understand? That just goes to show you it's time. We need Israelites. We need us to have boats and have businesses like that because we know how to treat each other. We'll treat each other kind. And we get some fish on a boat, man. I used to go out with it, and this was a big, 40, 50 people boat. Then they got the rides, the holes for the fishing rods. People crammed up next to each other, man, if the boat was full. And the boat was pretty packed. You understand? Which we find Israel, we good, you understand? But again, put us some fish, man. Brother from Baltimore was catching red snappers. General Cabal was catching red snappers. I caught a red snapper, you know what I'm saying? I was one of the kids. That's why I went halfway for these red snappers. And then we get there and find out we can't keep them. You understand? Then their rods can't hold nothing strong. You know what I'm saying? We General Cabal caught some monster, man, a couple of times. I caught a couple of monsters, but the rod and the reel couldn't handle it. We trying to get him up. General Cabal, he battling them. He did the Matrix, jumped backwards, trying to pull that joint up, but it was too big and it bit the whole hook and line and everything, you know what I'm saying, and got away. So did mine. We show you that the lines they provided for us, wasn't strong enough to catch nothing real big and solid. You understand? Which none of that was in the information of the boat. That our rods can only catch a certain weight. If you want to get anything bigger, maybe you should bring your own rods. I'm sure brothers would have did that. You understand? They really wanted to get up in there and catch some fish. But they robbed us, in other words, and so we on a mission to destroy their business. To hell with them. You understand? But other than that, other than the devils and what they did, we enjoyed each other's company, man. Took pictures afterward, you know what I'm saying? And it was a beautiful thing. Then Wednesday, of course, we planned a fish fry for some of the catch that we caught Tuesday, but we caught not a damn thing because of these devils. But we still came together, and we had a backup plan anyway, because we know the devil. We UPK. So we got the fish and had the fish fry Wednesday, and it was off the hook, man. Sisters in there preparing the bread, for Passover, eating fish, you know what I'm saying? Brothers rocking that fish out all night, set up the lights in the back of the hotel in the field, you know what I'm saying? Kids running around playing. It was beautiful, man. Everybody eating fish. And what else they had? Coleslaw, I think, fries, chips and drinks for the kids. Man, it was a wonderful time. Wonderful time. And then, that led right up into General Mahaima's class, where they rocked the fish fry on through General Mahaima's class. You know what I mean? Fed everybody in the class, and they got it in. You know what I'm saying? Wednesday was another wonderful day. You understand? We had we went to the wee hours of the night, Israel. You know what I'm saying? Doing it up. What else? Then Thursday morning, we was up early. We was up Hebrew Academy for sure was up early Thursday morning doing their trials. You understand? Doing the thing, man. And I want to say again, congratulations to the entire Hebrew Academy class of 22 graduates, man. Congratulations to y'all. Y'all did it up. Y'all wore it out there all day, then went through the last trials, man, and came out glorious, came out victorious, man. You know what I'm saying? If you wasn't in this Hebrew Academy class of 2022, and you should have been, you should count yourself short. You should count your manhood short. You understand? You still a brother. You come on to class, and Lord willing, the Lord let you get in next time. But you know what I'm saying? These brothers showed how it's done. These graduates, they showed how it's done. They persevered. You think they didn't want to stop at some point? Hell yeah, they wanted to stop. You understand? You think they didn't want to get up some Sunday mornings? Hell yeah, they didn't want to get up Sunday morning. It's hard. It's vigorous, man. But when you come out victorious, brother, you're going to remember it for the rest of your life. Ain't nothing like it, man. Right. And it solidifies your brotherhood and your loyalty. What was the motto y'all had? For the blood of my brothers, man. Get out of hand. That's a beautiful thing, man. For the blood of my brothers, man. And that's what it's about. That's what it's about. When you see your brother falling weak or feeling short, you get behind him, man. The day where you falling short and feeling weak, they're going to bring you through. And that's how you do it, man, all the way through till you cross the finish line, man. And these brothers crossed the finish line, and it was the bomb. You understand? It was the bomb. I know y'all started with how many?
Over 400 brothers.
Started with over 400, and how many graduated?
Around 120.
120. Started with 400, 120 graduated, man. Big ups to you brothers, man. Big ups to you brothers. And once again, if you didn't graduate, it don't mean that, you're not a brother. You still Israel. You still ISUPK. But every brother that comes into the truth is not going to be a soldier. You understand? Every brother that comes into the truth is not going to be the militant soldier that Yahweh Shah looking for to lead this next government coming up. You understand? It don't mean you ain't going to make the kingdom. Hell, it's going to be brothers making the kingdom. Right. Scripture said all of us, after the 144,000, it said more of a multitude, millions of us going to be in the kingdom, man. Other brothers who ain't the 444,000, sisters and our children. You understand? They still got to come on in. You understand? But these brothers showed, boy, and they persevered and did it up, man. It was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful thing to watch them cross that line. And listen, just to make it clear again, anybody in Hebrew Academy, you graduated, you ought to not discuss anything concerning Hebrew Academy with non-graduates. Right. If they have not graduated Hebrew Academy, you cannot discuss the Hebrew Academy with them. Right. You understand? That is an order, and that's always been an order. You understand? Shout out to Captain Akkad, man. Captain Akkad put together a fine, hell of a Hebrew Academy this year, man. It was off the chain, man. Shout out to the brothers that helped them. I don't know them all. Captain Ariah, Daniel Allah, Kazak Ahmad, to name a few. That I don't know everybody from all the different cities that assisted in training these brothers, but they was in one spirit, man. I remember all the East Coast came together in Philly, man, and was doing the march and doing the cadence, and all of them from different cities was in one spirit, man. That's how you're supposed to rock out, some Hebrew Academy training. No matter where you at, they learn the same thing, learn the same cadence, and come together in one spirit. It was beautiful to watch. And then at Passover, shoot, you couldn't even tell who was who. You couldn't even tell they was from different cities. The Passover, they rocking and Babylon is falling, singing the song, and oh my God, they take me back. You understand? It was a beautiful, beautiful thing. You understand? I remember when me and General Hyman graduated, man, back in 1996. Our class graduated. Philly went up to New York. Everybody came together in New York, and we marched out. General said at that time, man, I ain't even know where Philly was at. I ain't know who was who because we was in one spirit, man. And that's how you do it. And that, you never supposed to let that go. You never supposed to let that go. That's why when many of them cats fell off and followed some guy that said he was the Holy Spirit on earth again, me and Muhammad couldn't believe it. And Muhammad couldn't believe, how do you break what we done built for so long and stood for and bled for and sweated for? How do you break that? You understand? But men have done it. Men have walked away from it, man. I could not put the sword down. Never. I could not walk away from it. You understand? Commander Junior Hano was still up in this thing, and I thank the Lord. I said, I'm rolling with you. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? UPK is all I know. The hell I want to be a God and Jesus Christ God for. The hell I want to be the holy sanctified Israelite school for. Hell I want to go be some more other mess. Dressing all white and all that. Looking like Jim Jones or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The hell I want to put on purple and now be something else. Right. You know what I'm saying? United in Christ Israelites and all this here. Hell no. I'm UPK born and that's what I'm going to die. You understand? And that's that. And so shout out to Captain Akkad and all the brothers who rode with him, man. Y'all deserve a big shout out because y'all put together a hell of a Hebrew Academy this year. You understand? What else? After Hebrew Academy, after the brothers crossed that line and graduated, went and took a break and got ready, then we met up at Cocoa Beach. You understand? And renewed our oath before the Lord on the waters. Commander Junior Hana led us in scriptures, man, and we prayed and had a good time out there on the beach for the short time we was out there. Listen, I think a brother came to class for the first time this week. Said he saw that video of us on the beach renewing our oath to the Lord. And he came to class, you understand? Right. All those different things that the ISUPK do, they are fishing material, man. People in the world should see it and see that they really have no family. They really have no brotherhood wherever they from and whatever they thought it was. I thought I had brotherhood one time in the world. You know what I'm saying? The world taught me a good lesson. You know what I'm saying? I went to college, man. I was on the football team. General Muhammad was there at Cheney University. Then I went to Temple. But, the football team, we had our own floors. We ate together. We practiced together. We sweat together. You know what I'm saying? We bled together. And I thought that was brotherhood. You understand? It seemed like brotherhood until you test it. Right. Until it was an ice storm. And a lot of us couldn't get back to the campus. And a lot of our doors wasn't locked and secured. And so the rest of the football team that was on campus ended up robbing the ones that was not on campus and stealing out of their goddamn rooms. So when we got back in return with half our shit gone out of our dorms, we wondered how come y'all didn't protect us, man? We supposed to be a team, right? Find out these the niggas who stole it. These the niggas who stole it. And of course, I wasn't in the truth, you die. Right. I popped a couple big niggas in their mouth. You know what I'm saying? We're finding out they robbed me, lied to my face, then got drunk and wanted revenge. I was a carnal man. You understand? General Muhammad was there to stop me, but we tore Cheney the hell up, made a big ass uproar. You know what I'm saying? Because, you can't violate a man and just be in his face and think you're gonna get away with it, especially when he ain't got counsel with the Lord. You know what I'm saying? He ain't in the truth. You understand? So I found out there really was no brotherhood, no matter what it looked like. You understand? ISUPK. And listen, I done been to Muslim mosques and went to the meetings with my cousins and family. Half them was Muslim. I done seen it all. I done sat in church. You understand? And did it all. And seen it all. You understand? But there is no brotherhood. There is no family outside of the ISUPK. And that's just fact. That's just fact. I done seen you other Israelite groups trying to come up and claiming, you still in the truth and you want to be friends with ISUPK. And then we hear about all your dirt, man. We hear about all your dirt and your sin and your backdoor things and your transgressions, and find out you ain't no different from Christians, man. And we can't affiliate with you because the Lord will punish the whole nation, man. So we can't be linked up to you, man. Scriptures say, be not unequally yoked. I can't hang out with you if you think having sex with white women is fine as long as you ain't marrying them. Nigga, what in the hell you learned all your life? The sex is the marriage. You understand? You can't now, because you know the Lord say don't smoke weed and don't get high. Now you can't flood your damn cookies and brownies full of marijuana, man. Still trying to get high. Some things we can't be affiliated with, man. You understand? So it was a beautiful thing that, we renewed our oath to the Lord and people saw it and people loved it and made them want to change their life. Listen, y'all, when y'all graduated, man, we put out the little bit of video we put out of y'all marching and receiving your awards. That made brothers just in the school that been lacking and bullshit, made them say, man, that was too glorious. I got to get my thing together, man. I got to get it together. You better get it together, man. Get it together and let's roll, man. It's over now, right? They ain't dead. Your die is still here. Offside by it's still here. Ain't nobody dead. You understand? Few brothers had to go to the hospital. Heart started beating a little fast. But we had a nurse on deck and they was good. Came right back to the academy, man, and crossed that line. You understand? It ain't we ain't in the business of killing our brothers. You understand? We take you close though. We bring you this close to death, and then we pull you back. Now, if you're willing to look death in the face and say, I ain't afraid of you, you good. You understand? It's a wonderful thing, man. Hebrew Academy. So then after we renewed the oath, we went back to the spot, man, the hotel. We had the big ballroom set up and had the all-black party, man. And brothers and sisters was looking excellent, man. And they black. And Captain Akai, once again, and his team put together a hell of a black party, man. I didn't even expect no grub like that. We went up in a black party, man. They had Benjamite food all over the place, man. They had special marinated, sitting in jars, vegetables and vegetable sauces for the vegetable. Captain Akai said, General, you see that jar? I said, yeah, it looked like vegetables marinate. Man, that's sauce, General. I'm going to make sure you get some of that there on your vegetables, General. You know what I'm saying? They had the collard greens and string beans and all type of fried chicken, baked chicken. You know what I'm saying? They did it up for Israel, the all-black party, man. Fed everybody. It was a wonderful night, man. And then, listen, I'm old now, so I think I'm hanging late. I'm up late. I said, man, I'm going to head back, man, get some rest, get ready for tomorrow. I see the videos, man. They still going. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I see Kazak Iman made a video. He partying with the tribes. They say they 6 in the morning. They still going. He had to shut it down. They said the brother from the UK Shamgar, he hanging so late, his ride left hours ago. He's like, oh, man, my ride left. They said, you good, brother. Go and lay in that bed over there. You good. We got you. You understand? That's how Israel be partying. You know what I'm saying? They got it in, man. It was a good night, all Thursday night till Friday morning. And, of course, Friday, everybody prepared to their last-minute things to go to the Lord's Passover and rock that out, which was beautiful, man. Commander General Yohanan and myself rocked it out with the reading the Hebrew, man, rocking out them prayers. Them brothers blowing the shapar, doing it up, man. Doing it up. Then the fireworks. Shot off the fireworks, you know what I'm saying? Hebrew Academy marched out with the swords. Oh, it was glorious, man. It was a glorious, glorious Passover, man. Fireworks and Hebrew Academy marching with swords and chanting the songs, man. It was beautiful. It was beautiful, man. Right. Passover was off the hook. Then, of course, the next day was the Feast of Unleavened Bread. We got it in there, too. General Hyman, Ashaparim, let me give him his shout out. Ashaparim, you know, runs that Passover every year and runs the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Him and the brothers rocked it out, and General Hyman came in, taught his part. We rocked it out, finished it with the prayers, and ended the service. And Commander General Yohana came through, you know what I'm saying, and spoke some holy words, man. It was right, you know what I mean, giving his love to all the generals, man, and all the captains and officers that hold this thing down, man, and keep us strong and keep our foundation, which is brotherhood and sisterhood, who keeps it strong. He shouted them out, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful. And that went on until late at night. You know, brother, once the service is over, it's party time. Oh, it's party time. We be jamming. Right. Listen, one thing, I did not see Ibad cross that line until after. Once y'all cross the line, I'm saying to myself, man, I'm gonna ask where the hell is Ibad? But Ibad be looking so different. All y'all was looking different. Took off them glasses, and he must have just whooped a few asses, or maybe got his whooped a little bit. Who knows? But y'all was all the way born again. I didn't even know it was him, I think, until after y'all delivered the scroll and then read the scriptures and stood up. That's when I saw him. I said, "Dang, yo, look at him. Look at him." I wasn't able to get a picture of him. I wanted to get a picture of him, you know what I'm saying? I looked at that picture of Yediah later on that day. In one picture, Yediah looking down, the other one, his face up, but he looking like a grown man. You know what I'm saying? It was off the chain, man. It was off the chain. So Feast of Unleavened Bread went off. Good, brothers rocked it out, you know, late night party like Israel do. And that was the week, man. That was the week. I know some brothers kept it going. I heard brothers are still in Florida Monday and Tuesday, man, rocking it out. You understand? But we got back to Philly, handled our business here, and that was that. It was a beautiful thing. Y'all can say if y'all want to add anything. It was just a wonderful thing. Wonderful thing. I mean, what advice would y'all give to brothers who had the chance to be a part of this class, but maybe did not, or decided, I ain't ready for it this year, I'll do it next year? Or brothers that, you know, been around for a while and just don't want to join for whatever reason. First of all, are y'all hearing about any reasons that brothers who have been here for a minute decided not to be a part of the Hebrew Academy?
No, a lot of the things, if I could, sir, some of the things that I've heard, you know, some brothers' situation with their slaveries, you know, personal demons that they got to fight. You know what I mean? My advice is, you know what I mean, continue to come to class. We're still going to look at you as a brother. Some brothers may look at you different. You know what I mean? Some brothers may not. But my recommendation is, you know what I mean, to build your spirit up. Keep coming to class. You know what I mean? Keep coming to camp. And you know what I mean? When they taking the missions for class 2024, you know what I mean? Make sure if you're going to go out there and stand, because if I may, sir, you know what I mean? When you know, after, you know, Commander General Yohana spoke and when General Muhammad spoke, when you told us, I don't know, like Bob can attest to this too, when we was in Houston, when we lined up, he was like, "Are y'all sure?" He said, "Don't get up here now, you know what I mean, and say you down for the Most High, you going to do this. You let us know that it's not mandatory. Don't get up here, you know what I mean, and say you're going to do it and start to go out there and shamefully, you know what I mean, bow out. Make sure when you line up there to do this Hebrew Academy, make sure you see it all the way through. And the thing that's going to get you all the way through, believe it or not, is the brotherhood." Okay. I would not have my cover right now if it wasn't for Ibad Hayah. I can't go into the details, but I would not be sitting there right now for my brothers, you know what I mean, that was in my class. Officer Matazabah in Baltimore, Officer Zarwai in the car, y'all was shot, you know, Usher Young, you know, Isaiah Ward, and countless other brothers. Sarah Bakar is in the chat. You know what I mean? The brotherhood is what's going to get you through. So we don't just say brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Damn right. And the only way to fully understand it is getting down with your brothers and seeing this Hebrew Academy through. That was all, sir.
No, sir. And it might seem like brothers looking at you different. They're not really looking at you different, but brothers will say things and do things. Maybe they encourage you to come on through next time. You know what I'm saying? But it's no love lost for you brothers that didn't make it through and that didn't join. Ain't no love lost, man. You still our brother in full, and we love you again. And we look forward to the day where you do come on in here and soldier that thing up all the way. You understand? It's gonna be a great day for you. Better than us. We're gonna love it. It's gonna be good for us. In my soul, it's gonna be good for me personally to see you young brothers coming up strong, man, and making it through the fire. But it's gonna be good for you even more than that. You understand? So that's it. Did you want to say anything about? No sweat. I buy it. You know, he the silent killer. He up in it all the way. Warren and all that. Was it any time that you felt like you might not make this thing, I buy? You got your mic? Good. No sweat.
If it were a time, the brothers help me strong.
God, Most High in Christ. Listen, for the blood of my brothers. That's how it's done. You can't get through without your brothers. Listen, my Hebrew Academy, I'm talking 1996. Y'all was just in diapers probably. I don't know. You understand? It took brothers to get us through. You know what I'm saying? One Saturday night, we got so drunk. Did we, and at the time, I was living with 3 other brothers in the school. Jerome Hyman, one of them, and 2 other brothers, a Gadite and another Judite. And so the party was at our crib because we had a big, nice, like 3-story crib. You know what I'm saying? This Saturday night, women and all that, and drinking, and you know what I'm saying? And so we wake up, about 10, 15 of us wake up all throughout our crib, like, what time is it? We an hour late for Hebrew Academy. Drunken and waking up. I'm like, oh my God. We jump up, start making calls and getting dressed at the same time. They said, get your ass down here to this school. Now, so we getting dressed and we trying to hurry up and brush our teeth, shake it off. We haul ass and get to the school, and we got worked out that day. But we needed each other to get our ass up. You know, some brothers ain't want to wake up. Like, come on, Ak, we got to go. Let's go. Huh? Come on, Ak, come on. Ak, we got to go. Let's go. Oh, and they get up. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it was. We had to push each other, man. You know what I mean? Every week, every day. You understand? It was a beautiful thing. So let me see. Which that ain't wise. To be hanging out drinking the night before, your Hebrew Academy. You understand? That ain't we wasn't wise. You know what I'm saying? But we were made wise after that. We got real wise after that.
If I could,
go ahead.
Confession good for the soul. We was in Vegas, me and the brothers, that was part of the 2022.
Mm-hmm.
I remember vividly, none of us would not drink nothing until we got word we was going to have it or not. And when they clipped it, it felt like every brother that was in 2022 was at the liquor store.
Oh, man. Y'all wise. Because we knew we had it. It wasn't no if. We knew it was tomorrow morning, and we thought we could hang. You know what I'm saying? And found out different. You understand? So, congratulations again, Hebrew Academy class of 2022. Y'all did it up, brothers. Y'all did it up. So let me see. The first thing I want to go to, I'm going to deal with this racism in America, like always, because it's always present and always strong. Let's go to that one. The title is "What Are They Doing?" About one of our brothers. More proof that, these people that they say is here to protect and serve, they here to protect and serve other oppressors. They here to protect and serve the heathen. When it comes to us, when we call for help, it's a danger. It's dangerous for even to even call these people for help. It's dangerous. You understand? As we're about to read.
What are they doing? A man from Wisconsin suffering from suicidal thoughts called 911 for help.
So now this is heavy. Brother, he having suicidal thoughts. Demons are attacking him. You understand? That's what the Bible calls it. You understand? Suicidal thoughts, depression, and all those things. Those things, they call them those things in the world, but the Bible lets you know those are unclean spirits attacking you. Those are demons, satanic demons attacking you. And so he feel it, but he do have enough strength to call for help, for what he thought was help. He called 911. Man, y'all got to help me, man. I'm having thoughts of suicide. You know what I'm saying? Send some people, to do what you do for white people. Right. You understand? When they going through episodes, they call them. when they're going through episodes, they bring the police and bring counselors and bring people to help, white people when they losing their goddamn mind. You understand? So this brother figured he could do the same thing. He called for help. Go ahead.
Colonel McCon, sir. He was pepper sprayed, tased, and placed in a chokehold before dying 4 days later.
You see what happens to us? Let's read the story.
Colonel McCon, sir. It says a Wisconsin mother has filed a Wisconsin mother has filed a federal civil lawsuit against a local sheriff's department after her son died in police custody after a mental health crisis.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Colonel McCon. A Racine police department arrest report shows Malcolm James, 27, called 911 last May for help because he was suicidal. When the police went to his home, they arrested James on arson charges after they reported found him setting his clothes on fire.
Like he having an episode, right? So he started burning his own clothes. You understand? They get there, see him burning their clothes, and they ain't thinking, oh my God, this guy needs help. It is a call for help because he's having suicidal thoughts. They don't look at none of that. They don't care about none of that.
Right.
These oppressors. They see a black man who they probably want to beat his ass from the jump. You understand? But he the one who called for help. They see him setting fires, and now it's, we can get him now. They arrested him. They arrested him for setting the fires. Go ahead.
Colonel McCon. 4 days later, he died in the county jail.
Let's see how this happened. Go ahead.
Colonel McCon. Malcolm's mother, Sherry James, is suing the Racine County Sheriff's Department, which runs the jail, the deputies, and a nurse involved in a company from where the nurse was outsourced for $20 million.
So she's suing the police, suing the nurse. They're supposed to be there taking care of him. You understand? The prison and everybody involved. She's suing him rightfully. Go ahead.
Colonel McCon. It says the authorities said James was on suicide watch and continuously smashed his head into a concrete wall and died during a medical event in the jail.
Now check this out. They said he did. Read that again. What did the police say?
Colonel McCon. The authorities said James was on suicide watch and continuously smashed his head into a concrete wall.
Right.
And died during a medical event in the jail.
So they said he continually smashed his head against the wall. Go ahead.
Colonel McCon. Later video footage shows James died while correction officers pressed down on his neck while he was in an emergency restraint chair.
Now later on, the video, the proof, the witness showed that he died because the police was choking him out while he was in one of those restraint chairs. You understand? They choking him out. He's suicidal. You got him in a restraint chair. He gonna do things to have you end his life, maybe. And you're supposed to know that. And you're supposed to take the proper care. Okay, we got to make sure he lives. Because the thoughts, the demons that are on him want him to die. So our job is to protect and serve. We're supposed to make sure that he lives. But no, when it comes to us, they rather see us die. He wanted to die anyway. Let him die. That's how they feel about us. The video proof showed that they was choking him in a restraining chair. Go ahead.
Colonel McCon. His autopsy, he died of asphyxia.
Now, the autopsy even proved that he didn't die from banging for blunt force against his head, banging his head on anything. He died because you stopped him from breathing. The same way George Floyd died, this brother died. Police choking the air out of him and he can't breathe. Asphyxiation. That's when you can't breathe.
Right.
They murdered this brother here, man. Go ahead.
Colonel McCon. No charges have been filed against the officers involved in his death.
Read that again.
Colonel McCon. No charges have been filed against the officers involved in his death.
No charges have been filed. Once again, it's 2022. Biden is your president. You understand? It's 2022. When we going to realize that these people ain't going to never change, man? When we going to stop begging them to have mercy on us and take the mercy ourselves, man? Let's protect each other, man, because they not going to protect us. How many times? Listen, that church make you keep having hope in these people, man. Christian church, it makes you continue to have hope no matter how long they murder us, no matter how long they do these things, you'll still forgive them. You'll still forgive them and look to the next cop to be better. I hope you better this time. How long we gotta die? How many centuries we gotta die before you realize that these people are here to kill us?
Right.
These people are not here to help and protect us. Stop hoping for that. Stop hoping for that, man. They say, what's that they say? Insanity. Insanity is doing the same thing and hoping for a different result.
Right.
When you keep doing the same things and the same actions, believing that this time is going to be different, that's insanity, man. And the way we look at these police in America and our government officials, they do the same thing. And we go do the same thing, begging and pleading, and we think one day it's going to be different. That's insanity. That's insanity, man. We got to come out of this mind state of being insane and looking to these people for protection. Our only protection is with the Most High God of Israel.
Right.
And he taught us and gave us laws on how we can protect each other, man. First and foremost, obedience to him. That's your first line of defense. That's your first line of defense. He said, if you obey me, I'm paraphrasing, in Genesis, I believe, or Deuteronomy to Genesis, I believe. He said, if you obey me and do what I say, I will be an adversary to your adversary and an enemy to your enemy.
Right.
That's what the Most High God of Israel said. That's why us in the ISUPK, we our oppressors and tell them the truth, exactly how we feel about them and exactly the evil that they've done with no fear, because we obey the man that controls life or death. We obey the man who has the power to bring these people down. We obey the only man that can protect us from these people, man.
Right.
These people were given, God gave them a blessing through our father Abraham and Isaac. Gave them a blessing to live by the sword, man. Gave them the blessing of killing and the sword, man. They're the top people at that. You ain't going to outgun the so-called white man. You understand? You ain't going to get better, stronger weapons than him. He's the master of it, and Satan is working with him in it. You understand? But you can be protected from this devil, man.
Right.
You can be protected, and for that, you got to stop smoking and getting high. For that, you got to stop eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. And I know these things sound like simple things. I can stop eating pork, protect me from the white man. You better read your Bible.
Right.
Men that stop eating pork accomplish way greater things than that in this book.
Right.
And all they did was stop eating pork.
Right.
All they did was obey the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
And accomplish way greater things than, being safe from the police. You understand? Read.
Kana Wakan. However, a nurse who was involved in the incident has been fired.
So she's been fired, but these damn police, boy, I mean, they solidify their union. They a gang. They are criminal. What do they call it? They a criminal organization, man. Organized crime. You understand? It's hard to touch these people, man, but the Most High, he gonna touch them in that day. It's coming. We'll get into it. Read.
Kana Wakan. It said, according to a police report obtained by the Atlanta Black Star, James told police dispatchers on May 28th he just didn't know what to do.
Right. He don't know what to do. He going through an episode. He feel his mind ain't right. So he reaching out for help. The only way America teaches us, dial 911. Go ahead.
Kana Wakan. The 911 dispatcher sent officers to his apartment where they found James setting his clothes on fire.
Mm-hmm.
A district attorney's office report shows that he was then transported.
Once again, he ain't hurting nobody else. He's setting his own clothes on fire. Go ahead.
Kana Wakan. A district attorney's office report shows he was transported to the hospital. While at the hospital, James told police he set his clothes on fire because he recalled his uncle speaking to his mother once about setting himself on fire.
Mm-hmm. So he thinking about setting him damn self on fire. So he start with setting his clothes on fire. They're supposed to realize, these police, man, a bunch of dumb redneck hillbillies, man, that they hire to police us. They're not smart enough to police us, man. They're not intelligent. Police aren't intelligent. They're just brutes, man. Once upon a time, white boys would rob white people. They would rob the banks and rob the trains back then when they were building the railroads. Jesse James, Billy the Kid, and all them sorts, man. Back then, used to rob rich white people. Rich white people said, we got to do something with our kids, man. These white, our own white kids is robbing us and stealing our money. Let's give them a job. Let's give them a job where they can let that aggression out, that feeling out, and be able to pay their bills, because that's why they're robbing us. And that was the start of your little police forces, your sheriffs and all that there, your deputies and all that, your fire people, you know what I'm saying? People who work for the government. Now, if these rich white people, these political figures, if they hire all these little murderers and redneck hillbillies, if they hire them, now they get a paycheck, and now they work for the rich people. Now they don't rob the rich people no more. The rich people get them for protection and stick them on whoever they want. And as they got richer and richer in America and built more and more in businesses and properties and buildings, they needed more police and more protection. You understand? And then when the slaves were freed, you understand, now they need more protection from them for what they've done to the slaves and all this and that. So now in 2022, you got whole police forces that lie and say they're here to serve and protect, but they're here to serve and protect the rich, the wealthy. You understand? Us little peons in the hood, they ain't here to serve and protect us. They're here to police us. They're here to keep us in order. You understand? To restrain us. Go ahead.
Conor Wakan. The officers charged James with arson and 14 counts of endangerment for putting the other residents in the apartment lives at risk.
So he going through an episode. They charge him with crimes. They charge him with crimes because he could have burned down the whole building and hurt other people. Meanwhile, you got these white people, man, that actually take lives and murder when they go through episodes. And you don't charge them with a crime. You put them in a hospital. And they get fed breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They get a soft, nice bed. You know what I mean? Some white clothes to wear all day. They get catered to when they're out of their goddamn mind and actually take a life. You send them to a doctor and get evaluated. That doctor say, oh, he has issues. He got mental problems. You put them in a nice, comfortable home and lock the doors, but you feed them and take care of them. You understand? Somebody black, you want to charge him with crimes when he's going through a mental episode. Go ahead.
Conor Wakan. Officers spoke with the hospital staff on the scene who advised that Mr. James did not indicate any intention of being suicidal at the hospital.
So now they do what police do. Oh, he never said he was going to kill himself at the hospital. He never said. Now here go the lies. Here go the lies. Nothing happens to these police when they lie. Nothing, man. They lie, then the video comes out and show that they lied. It was like, well, initial report said that this happened and that happened, but then when the video came out, you can clearly see none of that the initial report said was true. Right. And there's never a mention of the police being prosecuted for lying, man. When you lie on official court documents, that's a crime. That's a felony.
Right.
But they don't get charged with it. Go to the next story. Get out of my neighborhood. So how can you win when the authorities hate you? When the authorities are against you, you can't win. You can't win saving for a miracle. And that miracle is joining the ISUPK and serving the Most High God, man. And following our King Yahushua. That's how you get protection. That's how you even get the wisdom and understanding on how to handle these people, man, who want you dead. You think we encounter police on different things, our different teachers and the different functions we do. We encounter police also. Right. And they're the same police that murdered this brother here, the same police that killed George Floyd, the same racist police that hate black people. But we know how to tame that beast through the Spirit of the Most High in Christ.
Right.
We know how to speak professionally. We sense when they're a little tense, and we do what the scriptures say. Our King told us, agree with thy adversary quickly when thou art in the way. On the streets ain't the way you battle police.
Right.
You ain't got to get into no fight with the police on the streets. They want to murder you. You get them before the court system, man. You get them in them courts and get you a good lawyer. A good lawyer who know how to work that system, man, and know how to deal with these people and get that media attention. That's what nobody wants. That's when the FBI get off their ass, but we'll read soon. That's when the police get off their behind when it start to go viral and the media picks it up and it's in the news now. They don't like their bosses don't like to be embarrassed. So that's when they'll move once it's in the media. And we know just how to get it in the media. We got people in every city, every state. You understand? You want to have a media blitz? We can start a media blitz in the ISUPK. You understand? Read that next one.
Colonel McCon, get out of my neighborhood. Wisconsin man charged with hate crimes for allegedly trying to force black people out of community by terrorizing them.
Listen to this devil, man. This is one out of many. Go ahead.
Colonel McCon. Federal agents have charged a white Wisconsin man with a series of hate crimes, and he's alleged to have violated the civil rights of several black and brown people to get them to move out of his neighborhood.
So he don't want niggas and spics in his neighborhood, and he's gonna do something about it. Go ahead.
Colonel McCon, sir. The U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of Wisconsin has filed a criminal complaint against William McDonald for willfully injuring, intimidating, or interfering with another's housing rights because of their race, color, or national origin by force or threat of force.
You hear that? He willfully injured. Willfully. What's it? Willfully what?
Colonel McCon. Willfully injuring.
Willfully injuring. Go ahead.
Colonel McCon. Willfully injuring, intimidating,
and intimidating,
or interfering with another's housing rights.
Look at that. He messing with people's living conditions and housing rights. Go ahead.
Colonel McCon. Because of their race, color, or national origin by force or threat of force.
By force or threat of force. He's threatening people and physically doing physical things to intimidate and terrorize them. Go ahead. Black and brown people, man. Go ahead.
Colonel McCon, sir.
And that's, again, it always make me think when they mention our problems, that's black and brown people, like how you simpletons could think the Hispanic and Latino tribes aren't part of Israel when they suffer the same exact curses we suffer.
Right.
They suffer the same exact curses, man. You stupid to believe they're not Israelites. Go ahead.
Colonel McCon, the claim states McDonald, a resident of West Ellis, left racist notes on the windshields of individuals' vehicles, slashed some of their neighbors' tires.
He leaving notes down people's cars, leaving racist notes, cutting their tires, man. How much tires cost nowadays? Cut, slashing tires. Go ahead.
Colonel McCon, and wrote the N-word across a woman's apartment door, hoping to force them to relocate out of their homes.
Right. He taking us back decades, man. Writing nigger on the homes of black women. Go ahead.
Colonel McCon, all the victims live within a 1 mile radius of each in or around the apartment complex McDonald lived in.
Mm-hmm.
The feds believe these acts violate the Civil Rights Act of 1968 and constitute a hate crime.
Right.
He allegedly started terrorizing his neighbors on March 7th, which he slashed a woman's tires on her vehicle. The next day, the claim alleges that a windshield was broken.
Right. He busting their windshield, slashing their tires. Go ahead.
Colonel McCon. On the windshield, McDonald left a note on a restaurant stationery saying, "Better watch who the F you're talking to, you ugly fat nigger, B."
You hear that? That's how he talk to us, man. He writing letters to our sisters, man. Watch who you talking to, you ugly fat nigger bitch. That's how he's talking to us, writing letters to them. Go ahead.
Colonel McCon.
And listen, you think the neighborhood don't know he doing all these things? Them other white neighbors, they know he's doing it. They know about. He's bragging about it. He go back and say, yeah, I cut that bitch tires again. She do it again. I'm gonna bust her window. They better get, I don't want no niggas here, and that's that. Oh, you so crazy, man. Ha ha ha. They laugh about it. But his white neighbors know he's doing these things. And they do nothing because they okay with it. They're okay with it. Go ahead.
Conor Khan. He says, I know where you live. I'll see you again. I'll slit your effing throat.
Look at that. That's threatening. Threatening to murder people, man. Go ahead.
Get the F back to the north side where you belong, you effing nigger.
I mean, go back north. Go back up north in the ghettos, nigga. Go ahead.
Conor Khan. This note was followed by another threatening note placed on her vehicle, parked outside of the complex. The next day, get the F out of my neighborhood, he wrote, before I slash your S again. No problem. It says, no problem with black people, only problems with ghetto punk niggers like you.
I ain't racist. I don't hate black people. I just hate ghetto punk niggers like you. But I ain't racist, though. Go ahead.
Conor Khan. The report states on occasion he slashed only her front tires. He reportedly targeted a Afro-Hispanic family, a Puerto Rican parent and child. They received on October 29th a note stating they're being watched.
Mm-hmm.
It says McDonald wrote, keep speeding, you know what I mean, and driving like a dumb, disrespectful nigger that you are. Next time it will be your windshield, nigger. Get the F back to your ghetto, north side.
See, white people, they a different animal. And this in America, boy, they are free. Like, he don't like something, and he acts on it. And he knows, like, nothing's supposed to happen to him when he does do these things. Nothing is supposed to happen to him. You understand? To get away with all of this, like many of them do.
Right.
Like many of them do. You understand? They know what it is to be free. We don't. We know we slash somebody's tire, boy. It's gonna be a manhunt. A manhunt for us, man. He's slashing tires night after night, busting windows, leaving all type of notes. He ain't afraid. Why? Because he is free. That is your white privilege, man. Read.
Conor Khan. He ended the note saying for the parent to take all of her monkey friends and family back to the north side of the city.
All of her monkey friends. And this is the delusion of white people. They love to call us monkeys and gorillas and all that, but nobody looks more like a monkey than them.
Right.
Nobody. You see these white women, man? And now look at Planet of the Apes. That look just like them. It's just they make them brown. You know what I'm saying? That's all. But it look just like them. You understand? They the ones who come out of the caves. You understand? They used to call them knuckle draggers. You understand? They the ones came out of the cave all bent over, man. And if it wasn't for the sins of our ancestors, which was us, the Lord wouldn't have pulled them out of the cave and rose them up over us, man. But he warned us. He said if we disobey him and disrespect him and break his laws, he going to put a no people over us. A no people, man. A people that crawled out the caves and used to eat bugs off of each other, man. Didn't know how to shave the hair off of themselves. It was hairy like a walking bush. To walk around like a walking bush stanking to high heaven. Stanking, boy. Whew. You understand? And the Lord allowed Satan to raise them up out of the caves, man. Raise them up out of the Caucasus Mountains and shave that hair off of themselves, put a little soap on them, put on a suit, and now you calling them sir. Now they're your boss. Why? Because we didn't want to obey the Most High. That's why. That's why. They don't rule over us because they're smarter than you. They don't rule over us because they're stronger. They don't rule over us because they're more intellectual and more civilized. No, they're only ruling over us because we sinned against our God.
Right.
And that allowed this bastard here to go around doing what he's doing. Read. No sweat.
It on that story. So.
Say again?
I believe that's almost it on that story. So.
Con. I think it might be a little more. Just more of the dastardly things he's doing. You know what I'm saying?
Sweat.
No sweat.
Conor Khan, sir. It says the note was followed by another threatening note placed on her vehicle. It was parked outside of the apartment complex saying, "This is your last warning. Get the F out of my neighborhood before I slash your shit again." Oh, he told us. Go, Khan. At the end of February 2022, like the other 3 residents, 3 additional victims, a couple and a child that lives with them, were intimidated with a note, all by having their tires slashed. They said, the note said, "Get the F out of my neighborhood, nigger."
Okay. All right.
The first note left for the family was on February 4th. On February 23rd, so then on February 23rd, the
Get
couple.
down to where the FBI came in. There's a point where they finally told the FBI.
Okay, come. At this point, the FBI was called in. Agents set up video surveillance in and around the complex to catch whoever had been sending the messengers.
So the FBI set up video so they could catch him. So they getting this guy, now they getting him on video. Go ahead.
Khan. Authorities say McDonald continued to menace the couple. On March 13th, the couple's tires were slashed again. The third note found at the scene of the crime said, "You thought I was playing. Get the F back to your nigger north side where you belong before I put sand in your tank, nigger."
Go ahead.
The couple took their concerns to the press and shared that the FBI had taken up the case.
Listen, FBI got surveillance and all that, but it still don't stop. It still don't stop. Why? Because the FBI is racist.
Right.
The FBI don't want to arrest no white man for slashing a nigger's tires or a spick's tire. So they do their job. They set up the surveillance. And listen, they'll sit on that until they forced to do something about it. And this is what forced them to do something about it. They then went to the press. They went to the media. Go ahead. Who loves a good story? Go ahead.
Khan. Reginald Wilkerson, one of the victims, shared with local station Fox 5 News that since February they had experienced about 5 incidents. We're pretty much the target right now, Wilkerson said, but we want to make sure if anyone else moves here that's of our skin tone, black, brown, whatever it is, that they shouldn't have to go through this. Is that somebody has an opinion on my skin tone and they don't feel like I should be here. So that makes me lose money, and even more, just like they don't like the fact that I'm black, he continued.
So these are Christians. They don't know how to handle this, so they're doing it to the best of their ability. They want to just report this and have justice be done, just so the next people that come in won't have to go through this. They're going to go through it too. They're going to go through it too. And Christians you don't get angry enough. You don't get angry enough, man. You probably ready to forgive him. All he got to do is say, "Hey, man, I'm sorry I slashed all your tires. I was out of my mind. I was just angry because I ain't never really seen a black person before." They would hug him. They would hug him and say, "Oh, don't worry." Because when white people say they sorry to us, it's like, "Oh, I've been waiting for that. I've been waiting. Oh, I forgive you." Because we've been looking for it for so long. Because the church put us on a mission to seek out white people that are really sorry and white people that say, "I apologize." And we looking for it. When to get out of trouble, they'll say any goddamn thing. He's the devil. Right. You understand? Right. But it ain't going to change how you feel about you, man. The Christian church turn you Christians into suckers, man. Right. Turn you into suckers. We can go to the next one now. Let's go after the punk's parents. Turn you into suckers, man. It's time to stop being suckers. Right. Time to stop being suckers, man. These Caucasians, these are oppressors. They can't pull the wool over our eyes. You understand? No matter what they say, we always know they the devil. Right. And so, in worse or best, we'll make the devil believe that we believe his words. You understand? And then we prepare for his attack. You understand? We prepare for his attack. Why don't we attack him first? Because we're not allowed to attack him first. Our king said that our God said to leave them alone, not to hurt Esau. You understand? But we can defend ourselves. We can defend ourselves. But our laws forbid us to blow ourselves up, to blow them up, or attack them like the Arabs do, or walk around punching them in the face. We ain't supposed to do that. I know you feel like it. I know the feeling. I know sometimes you want to. You see some of these videos of these white women and these white people. You see the video where the old lady sat on the old black woman's lap, told her to get up out the seat on the bus. Get up! She said, get up! And sat on her lap. And then the black woman, what are you doing? She stood up. She said, get up! Like, she wanted this black woman to get the hell up and give her the seat. You know what I'm saying? I said, oh, you know, your carnality and your flesh want to backhand this white woman across her old ass face and knock her across that bus, knock her to the back of the bus. Right. You understand? But we can't do that. This is their kingdom and their society. You understand? Right. And the Most High put that stipulation in the Bible for us not to attack them or harm them for a reason. Their time is coming. It's coming, and when it comes, it's going to come so good. It's going to come so good that all them times you wanted to but couldn't is going to be totally satisfied. Right. It's coming. Read.
Connor McCon, let's go after this punk's parents. California teen pleads not guilty to attempted murder, hate crime allegations after allegedly stabbing a black girl in the back with his father present.
You hear that? Read. What happened with this story? So this some young white boy stabbed a young black girl in her back, and her father was there. Go ahead.
Connor McCon. Oh, with his father. His father.
The stabber. The white boy's father was there. Connor. And listen, now, if the roles are reversed, and we always say this because everybody knows it's true. If a black boy stabbed some white girl in the back, and his father was there and didn't stop it, they would lock the father up. They would lock the boy up. They put their names all over social media. They'd be looking into the family to see who else they can lock up. You understand? And everybody will stay in jail until trial. You understand? But that don't happen with white people. Let's see.
Connor McCon, members of a San Diego, California community are outraged after a 16-year-old white male pleaded not guilty to charges connected to an altercation and left a black girl with multiple stab wounds in her back. Authorities are considering the act a hate crime as moments before the assault, the boy and other teens allegedly hurled racial slurs at the African-American teen.
So they taunting the black girl. They taunting her and calling all type of names and you know, nigga this, nigga that, monkey bitch, whatever, calling her names and get into a whole fight. Go ahead.
Connor McCon, on Thursday, April 21st, the suspect, whose name is being withheld because he is a minor, told the courts he did not stab the young lady, who also is 16 years old, in the back on Saturday in front of a group of her family members. And a group in front of her family members at a Woodland apartments on the 1200 block of Mount Paul Street in Lakeside, California.
So there are many witnesses who saw the fight and the stabbing. Many witnesses. Her family was there. They say some of his family was there, especially his friends were there. But he get to say, no, he didn't do that. You understand? Go ahead.
Connor McCon, the San Diego County Sheriff's Department said the incident happened around 11 p.m. and stemmed from an earlier altercation between different but related parties. The white teen gathered with others to approach the black teen and her relatives, Lieutenant Sean Ray said, which led to a fight. During the melee, the girl was stabbed twice and the young man ran off with his associates. She was taken to the hospital to have her injuries treated. On Monday, April 18th, the boy turned himself in. His girlfriend was also arrested. However, she was released even though she allegedly waved a weapon before the fight began.
Mm-hmm. And she had a weapon. His girlfriend, she had a weapon waving it too. Now, if she was black, she would be arrested. But they let her go. You gonna get out of here, girl. Go ahead.
Connor McCon, the teen's defense lawyer requested.
That must feel so good. Slakia. That must feel so good to be able to do what you want and do all type of crime and wave weapons. And because you are who you are, go at home. They hide you. They hide you, man. You go at home before you get in trouble, girl. Hurry up. Go. And you get to go home. The police looking out for you, trying to hide you, sending you away. Don't want to arrest you. They get to decide who they want to press charges on. You understand? Go ahead. Listen, there's a case now where the black police is suing the police department because they watch white cops arrest somebody, stop somebody white, and stop somebody black, and the same violation, they let the white person go and arrested the black person, man. Right. And so they said, no, dang, we ain't letting that slide. And they reported it, man. And they reported them and tried to bring up what just happened. And the police department turned on them. The police department turned on them. Why? Because you nigga cops is supposed to shut your mouth when you see us do niggas like this. When you see us act like this, you supposed to shut your damn mouth. You ain't a nigga no more. You blue. You one of us, which means you really are what you. We give you the benefit of being around our whiteness, so you better protect all of our white secrets. You understand? You better. Now, if they went and did something, them black police, they wouldn't get protected like a white cop, for sure. For sure. But this is America, man. This is America. And so the girl, his girlfriend, waving a weapon, and she get to go home. Go ahead, let's see what happened to him.
Khan. Because of the flagrant use of racial epithets, a special hate crime count packaged with an allegation of personal use of a deadly weapon and an allegation of personal affliction of great bodily injuries will be attached to the charges of attempted murder and assault with a deadly weapon if found guilty. He could receive up to 17 years in prison.
If found guilty, that's the key. And remember, in white America, even when you're found guilty, if you're white, you can look forward to an appeal going your way. You can damn near always look forward to an appeal going your way. A year down the line, 6 months down the line. You understand? Read.
According to the San Diego Union Tribune, at the hearing in a San Diego juvenile court on Thursday, the boy's parents, grandmother, and other family members were there to support him. The girl, whose injuries have not been disclosed, was also in attendance with her mother, aunt, and grandparents. Ray, who leads the department Lakeside substation, said it's the first hate crime that is being investigated in Lakeside in 2022.
Go ahead.
Khan. It says Judy Jensville, a Lakeside resident, said, let's go after this punk's parents. They learned this hate somewhere. Detectives said they are investigating to see if the boy's father was in the crowd yelling derogatory slurs and is culpable for the crime.
Now, why did they say this? Because they heard and witnesses said that his father was there saying nigga, saying this and saying that. So they know his father was there. You understand? Now, if somebody black was there while their black child stabbed a white girl or boy, stabbed them up or beat them up, and the black parent was there egging them on, they would arrest them. They would arrest them and start searching for some charge against them. You understand? They would search for the charges while they're under arrest. You understand? But listen to what they're going to say when they brought up the fact that the father should be held liable too. Go ahead.
Conor McCon, you're setting a dangerous precedent if you don't arrest the father, one person stated. Another person co-signed saying while you investigate, he should be in jail.
Yeah.
Lisa Weinreb, chief deputy of the juvenile branch of the district attorney's office, who was present.
So this is what the attorney's office said. This is how they answered them, who said, y'all setting a bad precedent if y'all don't lock that father up. He was there yelling, supporting the child in the fighting and the stabbing and calling them racial epithets and all that there. This is what the district attorney said. Go ahead.
Conor McCon addressed arresting the father. While it is horrific and horrific behavior, I cannot prosecute a parent for standing by.
Right, for standing by. He didn't just stand by. He egged on a damn attempted murder. That's what they would have charged somebody black with. He egging on. What they call it? Oh man, when you egg on, when you start something. Go ahead. Instigate. You instigate. It's another word too. But instigate is good enough. Like you instigated this. What they say? A riot. Something. A riot. You
incited.
Incite is what I'm looking for. He incited this. You understand? He incited this. He incited his son stabbing this black girl by calling them names while they there fighting. You understand? And there would be a charge for that if they were black. You understand? So is it read a little bit more? Let me hear it.
Kana Wakan. It said we are dictated by the law, and the law does not allow somebody, and specifically says that they were standing by as a bystander and did nothing more, then it is not a crime.
They did nothing more. When you got the witnesses, witnesses don't even matter when it comes to white people. You know what I'm saying? Witnesses don't matter. They don't want to hear no black witnesses against white people. You know, America has not changed. America has not changed since them horrible days of all white juries and little black boys on trial, and their parents not even there. Parents chased out of the city. America has not progressed that much. Give me Isaiah 49 and 24. You understand? But the Most High sees all of this, man. He sees all of this, and he's moving against these bastards, man. He's moving against these bastards. Now, these people are in the world that these things are happening to, right? And they don't serve the Most High. That's why these things keep happening, because they're not in the truth and they're not doing what the Most High is saying. That's why they keep happening. But the Lord is honoring the works of the ISUPK, and our love and our repentance and our dedication to his laws and to him and to our King and doing the things we do. He takes that and our prayers for mercy against all Israel. He takes that and he starts to have mercy on Israel, man. He's starting to bring these people down, man. Like the white boy shouldn't even got arrested in the first place once upon a time. That white man slashing tires and all that. You know how many white people do that to black people when they come to their neighborhoods? He ain't supposed to be arrested. We ain't even supposed to hear about it. We ain't even supposed to. He's one of a bunch that the same thing happened to get away with it. But the Most High is starting to move on them and starting to expose them and starting to bring them down, because these things, they ain't supposed to be sitting in jail. That cop wasn't supposed to go to jail for George Floyd. Not in America. Come on now. Right. He didn't do nothing but kill a nigga. You understand? I was just watching Billy the Kid. They got a new series running, Billy the Kid, where back then, you know, when they first stole America and was building these railroads and these little towns, all they had was a saloon and a few little houses while they building these towns and mining. Before they was businesses and all that, and pavement roads and streets and all that there, they hated Issachar. Remember, Gad was around. They chased them on reservations, and Issachar was right next door. This was his land too. They would shoot Issachar, the Issacharite, Billy the Kid in the series at least. He hanging with a Issacharite, and they winning money from this old big rich tycoon, and they winning his money. And so the woman said, "You lose, sir." And he said, "No, I didn't. I didn't lose. I never lose from no goddamn stinking Mexican." Bow! And shot the Mexican in the chest. But it was Billy the Kid's friend. He's an Edomite, but he jumped up and he said, "Boy, don't lose your life over that damn Mexican." You know what I'm saying? This is how they used to treat us. And the movie is all about Mexicans in that series. You know what I'm saying? Mexicans at that time in the Wild Wild West. And them killing Mexicans and lynching Mexicans, man, back then. You understand? They always hated our brothers, man.
Right.
They've always hated the 12 tribes. You understand? And once upon a time, they get away with all that, man. He shot that cat over a poker game, murdered him. And because he was a Mexican, he wasn't no white man. Nothing happened to him. Nothing happened to him. Even when a lawyer came to Billy the Kid and said, "Listen, I just want to talk to you about that incident with your friend." He said, "Man, I want justice, man." He said, "I know you do, but the powers that be, he know powerful people. You know what I'm saying? And you can't just go being mad at him, getting in his face, because he'll kill you and nothing will happen to him. It's the way you got to do it." Then he came back and said, "Well, they know I'm investigating them, so they threatening my life now." So the cat told him, "I'm moving to Silver Springs to start that little settlement. You should come with me." You know what I'm saying? Because the bottom line was, there's nothing we can really do. They too powerful. And that was just a Mexican in the eyes of America. And they really got no rights in America. You know what I'm saying? So nothing's really going to happen to them. And if you keep trying to pursue it, you know, they just going to get rid of you, you know, and me. You know what I'm saying? So let's both get the hell out of here. You know what I'm saying? That's America. And that's damn near America today. You know what I'm saying? For the few cases that the Lord is is bringing these people down like he said he would. You got it? Isaiah 49. Read the 24th verse.
So God, this book of Isaiah 49, verse 24. Shall the prey be taken from the mighty?
Shall the prey be taken from the mighty? Like, who the hell going to punish Esau for killing a Mexican or killing some nigger, man? We the prey. The 12 tribes is the prey, and he's the mighty. And the Lord is saying the prey don't normally get taken from the mighty. Who going to run up to a lion and take that deer out of his mouth? No goddamn body. Nobody. Read.
Or the lawful captive delivered?
Or the lawful, we the captives of this beast in America, man. Who going to deliver us? Who got the power to deliver us? Go ahead.
Verse 25. But thus saith the Lord,
Mm-hmm.
even the captives of the mighty shall be taken away.
But the Most High came back and said, you know what? The captives of the mighty going to be taken away. I'm going to take the lamb out of that lion's mouth because I'm the Most High, and the lion can't beat me. And that's the Most High. You know what I'm saying? The mighty can't beat him, so he is going to take us, the captives, out of the hand of this beast here. This what do you call him? The mighty. Go ahead.
And the prey of the terrible shall be delivered.
The prey of the terrible. This beast, this Esau, this oppressor, this white man, he is terrible, man. The Most High created him to be terrible, and the Most High is the only one that can take us out of his mouth, man. He's the only one that could take us being his prey and deliver us out of the hand of this terrible monster called the oppressor, the white man. Read.
For I will contend with them. That contended with thee.
The Most High got our back, man. Once again, all we got to do is stop getting high. All we got to do is stop harming our brothers and sisters, man. All we got to do is follow the Lord's commandments in that Bible, which is just telling us how to love each other as a people, right, and how to stand strong as a people, and how to separate from all these filthy other people, right, so we can be strong as a people. That's all the laws of God is telling us to do. Right. It ain't making us do nothing hard. The Lord said his laws are not grievous, man. It ain't hard to follow the Lord's law, and it benefits us. But the white man is so subtle. He done a good job with the church and all his religions and all this free thinking, you know what I'm saying? And all his propaganda, to where we think, you know, not having the right to do every nasty thing we want to do, we think that's unfair. Right. We think that ain't freedom. I should have the right to kill my baby, to abort your baby. You think that's a beautiful thing? You think that's freedom? Freedom, yes. We have the right to murder our babies in abortion. That's freedom to you. Well, you dumb as hell. You dumb as hell. You got the freedom to smoke the white man's poison and get your brain all discombobulated and getting high. That's freedom to you, huh? And anybody trying to take that away hates you and hates freedom. Well, you stupid, man. Because all the laws of our God, being Negroes, Hispanics, North American Indians, all the laws that he got for us are laws that makes us a stronger family, a more tight-knit family, a wise family that thinks, man. And not just ignorant beasts and monsters out here like our oppressor. You understand? The Lord said he gonna contend with them that contend with thee. Go ahead.
And I will save thy children.
And he gonna save our children, man. This man is ruling over us in 2022. He ain't got long, man. He ain't got long to rule. He at the end of his kingdom, man. We in the last days. That's what that means. Right. He's at the end of his rulership. He about to have to give it all. It's about to be taken from him, actually. It's about to be taken from him. Give me Psalms 149:6. And all the horrible things that they do to us, you think that's all going to be forgotten about, huh? You better think again. You better read your Bible, man. We are going to have our day to hold these bastards accountable. Our day is coming, man. The day of his judgment and him to pay back every piece of hair that he's harmed on a 12 tribe, or every drop of blood that he spilled from our people, everybody he's choked and murdered through asphyxiation, everybody who he's lynched, every family that he's burned, All of them got to pay for that, man.
Right.
All of them got to pay for that. And it's biblical that they pay for that, man. Read it. Psalms, you got it.
This book, Psalms, chapter 149, verse 6. Let the high praises of God be in their mouth.
And this, when you read from the first verse, it tell you this is what we're going to do when we get our kingdom, man. When we get our kingdom and the Lord bring America down, we're going to sing praises and throw water to the Most High, man. We're going to say the water to him, the water for what our King Yahushua did, the water to each other for being a family. ISUPK going to celebrate and drink. Oh, we're going to party, man. We're going to party and celebrate our new kingdom, man.
Right.
Our new rulership back into this earth, and we finally going to know what it is to be free. We finally going to know. Scriptures say we're going to sing, get up in our beds and sing. We're going to sing praises to the Lord and have a two-edged sword in one hand. I might be jumping ahead. Read 6 again.
Right.
This book, Psalms, 149, verse 6. Let the high praise of God be in their mouth.
So we're going to wake up. Imagine that, waking up a day and waking up and knowing that this is your kingdom. Knowing that this is your kingdom. And our God's laws are dominant in the earth, all over the place.
Right.
Knowing that when Passover gets celebrated, then it's going to be celebrated in the whole planet, everywhere. Nobody's going to eat pork anymore. Nobody's going to be a goddamn transgender boy or a transgender girl. None of that will exist anymore. Imagine that, waking up knowing that you don't have to be at work by 9 o'clock. For your oppressor. No, and you ain't got to ask him for days off and vacation. Knowing you ain't got to beg him no more to shorten your hours because your feet hurt from these 12-hour days. Knowing you ain't got to send your woman away no more to work for some bastard, and while you find some stranger to raise your babies, man. Because both of you got to go work and be a slave to pay these bills and keep the electric on. Imagine waking up and knowing all those days was gone and all the gold is yours and all the diamonds are yours. All the silver is yours. All the land is yours. Black people always, man, I'm trying to get into real estate. I'm trying to get into real estate. And that day, we will own all of the real estate.
Right.
All of it. Our enemy's going to have to ask us for days off. Because if you want your property to look like a royal castle from outer space, you can have those bastards build it for you. You give the orders. Or you give the orders to the people that give them the orders to build this thing that you want, man.
Right.
It's going to be your world, black man, Hispanic man. Your world. Imagine waking up to that. That's going to be a wonderful thing, man. And a wonderful day when it happens, and it's going to happen right here. That's why we're going to be singing praises in our mouth. It said, let the high praises of the Most High be in our mouth, because we finally going to be free. Living good, man, living good. Your woman like to sew, she can sew as much as she want and use real diamonds now.
Right.
Use real gold in that war belt.
Right.
And on them boots, man. You're going to have horses, man. She can sew garments for your damn horses, man. For each and every last one. Sew garments for all your servants, man. Your servants going to look like princes. You understand? It's going to be a glorious day, brother. We're going to praise the Most High for freeing us from under the hand of this beast. Read.
Is a two-edged sword in their hand.
And still have a sword in our hand. We're going to be happy to be free. We're going to pray, thank the Most High in Christ. But we're going to have a sword in our hand. That's for a reason. Go ahead.
Verse 7. To execute vengeance.
To do what?
To execute vengeance.
To execute vengeance. Who are we going to be executing vengeance on in that day? When we finally free and America's on fire and burnt, and now we are ruling now. Who are we going to execute vengeance on? All the people that have harmed the 12 tribes that survived.
Right.
All the heathens that survived the second coming of Christ, they're going to pay for what their people have done to us.
Right.
All the thievery, all the lies, all the rape, all the murder, all the brainwashing, all the witchcraft, all the religion. You understand? Everything that they've done, all the evil thoughts. They're going to be judged for their thoughts against the 12 tribes of Israel, man.
Right.
They're going to be held accountable. You understand? To execute vengeance. Go ahead. Upon all these heathen. Read. And what? And punishments. And punishments. You think God is against justice? Hell no. He's telling you right here, we're going to execute punishments. Go ahead.
Upon the people.
What people? All the heathen people that have hurt Israelites. All the ones that have benefited from the people that hurt Israelites. Like your little average little Debbie. I didn't have slaves. I didn't do anything. My father owns a corporation. I wasn't there. His father's father had slaves. But what does that got to do with me? Bitch, because you're living better than me. Because your grandfather killed my grandfather. That's why. Right. Keep your tears, man. Keep your tears. And we're going to execute vengeance upon these people, man.
Right.
And punishments upon them. Read.
To bind their kings.
To bind, to lock up. To lock up their kings. Go ahead. With chains. Go ahead. And their nobles, their government officials, the ones in charge under the king, under the president. Go ahead. They're all getting locked up. They're all getting locked up. Donald Trump better hope he ain't around, boy, because I know it's a lot of Israelites want to see him personally. You understand? And his whole cabinet. We ain't forget. There's going to be a lot of Issacharites that's going to want to have a say. You know what I'm saying? Joe Biden, too.
Right.
It's a lot of Israelites that's going to want to have a say. Old Barack Obama, too.
Right.
He better hope he ain't around. We're going to see him, too. And all that brown skin, we're going to beat it off of him. You understand? Read. To execute upon them. Go ahead. The judgment written, man. The judgment is all throughout this Bible, man. When the Lord say we're going to reward them double for what they've done to us, man. All the judgments written that these heathens going to get, they're going to get.
Right.
Ain't none of them getting away. Read. This what? So wait a minute. So we going to beat the hell out of these heathens. We going, hold them accountable. We going to lock their behinds up. We going to have swords in our hand. A lot of them going to lose their life. Once we have the court session and determine their punishments and judgments, a lot of them going to lose their life. But all of them are going to answer for the crimes that America's put on us and all the countries around the world. All of them going to answer for it and be punished. Mm-hmm. Be put to death, be beat, be whatever. Whatever the punishment be, it's going to happen to them. And all this the Lord is calling an honor. All this, our payback to these heathens for what they've done to us, God is saying it's an honor, man.
Right.
Read that again. This what? This honor. It's an honor for the Most High to allow us to get these people back in our day. It just ain't the time right now. When Christ walked the earth, he said himself, this kingdom is not my kingdom. Because then would my servants fight? He understood that there's a lot of things that he could do and wanted to do. Mm-hmm. But this ain't the time. It ain't time yet. He understood that. And we understand it in this time.
Right.
But our day is coming, man. Our day is coming, and it's going to be an honor. And this honor to pay back our enemies and to pay back these heathens, go ahead. All the saints going to have that honor. Who are the saints? You read the precepts that tell you the 12 tribes of Israelites are the saints, the Israelites. 12 tribes of Israel, the sons of Jacob. You are the saints. You are the saints. Read.
Praise ye the Lord.
And David praised the Lord because of it, man. That's a wonderful day. That's a wonderful day. So I'm going to go ahead to the sister's question for now. Thought I was going to get Mother's Day, but I could get that next week, Lord willing. Go ahead.
Connor McCon. Tasha Mitchell says, Shalom, Yahweh Shemar, Thambashim Yahushua. Sir, I understand we pay tithes on wages earned and any increase. My question is as follows. Do we pay tithes on existing assets? Existing assets meaning assets gained before coming into the truth, such as an inheritance. I want to verify that I've been paying my tithes correctly. I tithe via using isupk.com.
Con. So to answer your question, answer the last one first. isupk.com is our website. You can go there to pay your tithes. Just mark it, tithes if when you're paying it. I think there's a section where you can say what it is. If it's tithes, label it as tithes. If it's just a donation, label it as a donation. But you can go to our website to pay your tithes. That is correct. The first question. So she knows that we're supposed to pay tithes on anything's earned, any increase, which is any money you make. Whatever you got today, whatever increase from that, you pay 10% of that. That's what tithes is. It means tenth. It's 10%. So out of $100, $10 of it belongs to the Most High. If you got $10, $1 of it belongs to the Most High. You understand? If you got $5, 50 cents is not yours. It belongs to the Most High. So you send it to the priest of the Most High. Once again, the Most High, he don't need no money to get a nice car. But he set the tithe system up for the priests that run the school, for the priests that run the nation, so we can accomplish his mission. That's why he set it up. So yes, pay your tithes. Now she said she understands that, but do we pay tithes on existing assets? Meaning, you get an inheritance. You get $1 million. Uncle Harry died. He had some secret stash, $2 million, left it to you. You understand? 2 years later, you come into the truth. You understand? Do you owe money from that $2 million? That sounds like a question. Any assets you had before you came to the truth? Well, first, just for anybody for the first time, you had a lot of people listening for the first time, a lot of people still learning. Let's get the law, get Leviticus 27 and 30. Let's get that first.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 27 and verse 30. And all the tithe of the land.
So remember, tithe means tenth. All the tithe of the land, go ahead.
Whether of the seed of the land or of the fruit of the tree, is the Lord.
Number one, it's the Lord's. Now, at one time, we had land. You understand? We had our land, we had property. And so when we grew crops and raised our cattle, 10% of all of our seed, all of our crops, it belonged to the Lord, which means give it to the priest, give it to the school, the priests of Israel. Which means not that you take all your horses or all your cattle and bring it to the Holy of Holies, but you would exchange it. You would turn it into money. You would turn it into coins. You would turn it into gold. You take 10% of your cattle. If you had a cattle ranch, all your increase of cattle, 10% of that, your best would go to the priest. So you'd cash that in, you sell that, and then bring the money to the priest. You bring it to the priest. Why don't you bring all your cattle and all your horses to the priest? Because the whole nation can't flood the priest in the temple with horses and cattle. It'd be a zoo. You understand? But it does belong to the priest. So you exchange it for the money and you give that money to the priest, and the priest will do whatever the nation needs. They would taking care of the nation. If the priest needed a horse, they'll go get a horse, but they don't need a whole barn of horses. You understand? So that's how you do it. In today, 2022, we don't have land. We've been robbed. Everything's been stolen from us. We in slavery, but we do get a paycheck now. We do get an increase now. So back then it was an increase of our land and things, which we would sell 10% of for money and give to the priest. Now we get the money for our labor. So we take 10% of that money and give it to the Lord. The sister says she understands that. This is for those who don't understand. 10% of any money you make, anything, any increase you get, yes, that's if you get some case money. If you obeying the laws of God and you get case money, 10% of the case money goes to the Most High because it is Him allowing you to get the case money. You understand? You win the lottery. You win the lottery. Now, the oppressor gonna take out his taxes from your lottery. Let's say you get 2 million, he gonna take 1.5 million, right? Of your money. That 500,000 that's left that you get, that's your increase. You give 10% of that 500,000 to the school, to the ISUPK. Right. That's how tithes work. Read on.
It is holy unto the Lord.
Right. It belongs to the Most High. It's not yours. And it is holy, meaning it is to be separated from the rest, the 90%. That 10% is to be separated from the 90%. Go ahead.
And if a man will at all redeem all of his tithes.
And now, once again, the Most High ain't no robot. So he knows situations come up where you got your tithes, you got this increase, but something in your life, you may need to use all of this money. You might need to use 100% of your increase. The Lord, he ain't saying, well, you got to die. You understand? If you use that 10%, you still owe that 10%. It doesn't go away. You use it this time, but you owe that 10%, and the Lord is saying what?
You shall add thereto the fifth part thereof.
Now you got to add a fifth part. So you owe the Most High. Let's say you get $1,000. 100 of it belongs to the Most High. You say, man, I need this 100 this time, Lord. I got to use it. So you go ahead and you use the whole 1,000. You use your 900 and the Lord's 100. You use it. So now you still owe the Most High 100, but now you got to add a fifth part, which is another $50. Now you owe the Lord $150. So in 2 weeks, you get another $1,000. You owe the Lord 100 out of this new 1,000. That's your 10%, but you still got to give him 150 from using the tithes from the 2 weeks before. So now your total will be what out of this next $1,000 check? Anybody? Well, what's the total? You use the 1,000 you get paid this week, even though 100 belongs to the Lord. So now you owe the Lord that 100 plus another fifth part, a 5%. You get paid your next 100, next 1,000, 2 weeks. How much do you owe the Lord out of that 1,000 in total? Go ahead, Ibad. 250. Ibad is correct. You owe the Lord that 150 because you use his tithes the first time. You owe him that 150, and you still owe him a new 100 for your 10% out of this 1,000. So you owe him 250. So that's how tithes work. You understand? That's how tithes work. Go to Malachi 3:8. Go to Malachi 3:8. Then I'll touch on, money you get before you come into the truth.
This is Malachi 3:8.
Mm-hmm.
Will a man rob God?
Go ahead.
Yes, ye have robbed me.
Go ahead.
But he said, wherein have we robbed thee? In tithe and offering.
So now, some of you simpletons might say, well, like you just said, brother, God don't need no cars. He don't need no money. What the Most High going to do with money? The Most High don't need no money. But if you don't come up with them tithes, the Lord's saying you're robbing him. You're robbing him. So even though he don't need it, he put it in the law for the priests to take care of the nation. You understand? The Israelite school of UPK, we are the priests of the Most High. You understand? All those tithes go to Commanding General Yohana, and he takes care of the nation with those tithes. You understand? And with your donations and with your offerings. And if you don't give it to the ISUPK, you are robbing God. You understand? In tithes and offerings. So that's that. Now, as far as money, some inheritance you get before the truth, you understand? Give me Acts 17:30. We all were born under this satanic kingdom called America. We all were born in bondage, born in slavery. You understand? We've been stripped of the knowledge of who our God is, the language we speak, who we are as a people, and the laws that we're supposed to be living by. We've been stripped of all of that, man. Scriptures say our heritage was taken from us as part of the punishments. You understand? Because God knew if we don't follow him, we're going to get caught up into the other nations and the heathens, and eventually we would lose everything we have. He knew that already. That's why he warned us in the law through Moses. You understand? He said, if we don't serve him, punishment's going to come upon us, curses. You know, we're going to lose everything. We're going to be the ass, not the head.
Right.
You understand? People going to take from us, and we ain't going to take from them. We're going to be weak. They're going to hurt our old, from our old to the young. They're going to destroy everything, man.
Right.
He warned us these things will happen if we don't follow his laws and obey him, man. He warned us. Oh, Slocky, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, people, before they give me a ticket. Where we at? Passport. Good. All right, I'm good. No sweat. All right, so what the hell was I saying? So once again, the Lord knew all these horrible things would happen to us. He knew that following him was our only protection and only strength and only way we could avoid these heathens destroying us.
Right.
He created the heathens, so he knew what they could do without us being strong and protected, man. And the only way we remain strong and protected is by obeying our God. And they took all that from us because the heathens knew that. The heathens knew if they take our God from us and take the knowledge of ourselves and knowledge of the laws we're supposed to follow and cause us to sin and disrespect our God, they knew that we would get weak and they'd be able to conquer us. And that's what happened. So in the world, we born in the world, you get your inheritance. You don't know you're an Israelite. You don't know the laws of God. Hell, I didn't understand what tithes was before the ISUPK.
Right.
You hear Christians talk about it. Hell, I didn't even fully understand what sin was. I thought sin was just bad things you do. And people, we make up what's bad, what we think is bad, and what we think is good. And them things we think is bad, we automatically think is a sin. That ain't right. You don't hold that door open for them. That ain't right. But ain't no law say you got to hold the door open. You know? Ain't no law to say you got to throw your jacket over a puddle of water because some white woman want to cross the street. You understand? But Christians will have you thinking it's a full-out sin if we don't worship a white woman. You understand?
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? So being in the world, read Acts 17 and 30, and I'll explain my point.
This is book Acts 17, verse 30.
Uh-huh.
And the time of this ignorance.
And the time of this ignorance, what ignorance is that? Growing up in America, man, thinking that we African and American. Thinking we descend from Africans, thinking that Africans put other Africans on the slave ships and we came over here to America. And now we over here getting our backs beaten, getting lynched. We want to go back and run to Africa because that's the motherland, because that's what they taught us. We've been ignorant in America. You understand? That our oppressor told us, America taught us, pork was the other white meat. And white meat sounds healthy and good and sweet.
Right.
You understand? So we thought that eating pork was a good thing. A lot of women try to keep healthy and keep their bodies in shape. They think shrimp and crab and lobster are wonderful things for health because that's what they taught. Seafood. Eating that seafood and damn salad. Seafood and celery is what you got to eat to keep yourself nice. You understand? But I also heard they say you can't eat too much of the seafood because it make that box rancid. That's what I heard Eve say. Eve say you can't eat too much of the seafood and you got to keep your stuff clean because that seafood, boy, make you stink. I'm sure it is because those are abominations you're eating, man.
Right.
Those are abominations, man. God said not to eat those things, but we grow up in America not knowing any better. And those were the times of our ignorance, man. We didn't give God his tithes. We didn't give tithes to the priests because we didn't know who the priests were. You understand? These were the times of our ignorance. It said at the times of our ignorance, go ahead. God winked at, meaning he didn't see it. He closed his eyes. He didn't look at it. He didn't charge us for it. You understand? He didn't hold you accountable because he knew you was ignorant as hell. And you was born in that ignorance. Right. We was born in that ignorance, and he understood it. So he winked at our ignorance, man. Right. He didn't hold us accountable for being ignorant, not giving them what we supposed to give them. Go ahead. But when? Now. But now, like you said, sis, now you in the truth now. Now you in the truth. Now you know. Now you learning. Now, go ahead. Commandeth. This is your orders now. All men. And when I say all men, it's talking about women too. All men and sisters, read. Everywhere. Mm-hmm. Not only when the temple is built. Not only in New Jerusalem once the temple is built and we back in our place again. No. All men and women everywhere. Go ahead. To repent. Meaning come back to them laws and do the right thing. If you got $2 million in the world, now you coming to the truth. You should still be well off. So any increase you making from that, maybe you bought properties with some of that money. Maybe you got businesses with some of that money. Maybe you invested some of that money. As that money increase, as the Lord allow you to be blessed and get more properties and make money off of that, anything you making or increasing off of that money, 10% of that does belong to the Lord. Right. Now, if it was me, I come to the truth with businesses and sitting on $2 million, ISUBK gonna get a hefty donation. A hefty donation. Why? Give me the scripture, your treasure in your heart. Pull that up for me real quick. Listen to this scripture. If I came into the truth and I got 2 million 5 years before the truth, and I'm doing good and investing and getting all that, ISUPK just came up. The work of the Lord gonna come up with me. He's gonna come up with me because I'm gonna take a good look with my lawyers and everything at all my finances and all my assets, and I'm gonna see what I'm comfortable with, what's gonna keep me going, where I don't have to be a slave for my oppressor. And anything outside of that, man, the school coming up. The school coming up. Because brothers and sisters need houses. Commander General Yohana been paying rent. Brothers' rents forever. He paying the rents on these schools. You understand? He paying for whole Passovers. You understand? He doing a lot of things in this nation, man. Every problem, everything that come up, it come to him. It come to his steps. And he handled it, man. That's what tithes is for, so he's able to handle it. You can call it out.
I'll read it, sir.
Go ahead.
Book of Matthew, chapter 6 and verse 21.
Listen to what the Lord say.
For where your treasure is.
What's the line before that? Is it relating?
The book of Matthew, chapter 6 and verse 20. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doeth corrupt.
Like Christ is saying, treasures on this earth is good. Scriptures say money is a defense, but you want to make sure you lay up treasures in heaven, man. You want to please the Most High and show him that you love this nation and that you obeying his laws and you love this brotherhood so that the Lord can start storing up your treasures in the kingdom that's about to come, man. That's what's going to be important. He said where moth does not rust, because why? When fire comes to America, guess what else going to burn? All that money you got. All that cash you got stashed in the walls of your house and in your floors. That's going to burn too. All them banks that's holding your money and all that there, all that's going to burn. Them computers going to burn. They ain't going to have no more record of all your money in the bank because it's all going to kablooey, to smithereens. Right. You understand? It's all going away when the Lord bring that fire to America. So you want to make sure you laying up treasures in heaven, man. Read it again.
But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust do up corrupt.
Because nobody can destroy that. Your treasures that the Lord gonna have for us in the kingdom, can't nobody destroy that. Moths can't eat that up. That can't get rusty. You understand? The white man can't steal that. You understand? Go ahead.
And where thieves do not break through nor steal.
Damn right. Go ahead.
For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
Read that again.
For where your treasure is.
What you value, what is valuable to you, what's a treasure to you, go ahead.
Colin McCon, there will your heart be also.
That's where your heart going to be, man. In other words, the things you love is the things you're going to put money to. You understand? Right. And once again, if it was me, I come into the truth. You understand? And I'm sitting on something nice because I love this truth. I know I'm gonna damn near give it away. Commander Junior Hunter gonna say, no, Mayan. You gotta, let's sit down first. Let's see what you're dealing with. We need you to be comfortable in your walk in this truth. So you ain't got to go do no slavery under Esau. And then, whatever you could do for the school, we could do something that's going to make the school increase or do whatever. You understand? That's what General Hyman did. Lo and be told, General Hyman came up on some good loot, you understand, for an accident that happened in the world, you understand? And when we came into the truth together, he had got a nice little knot, you understand? And he did the school right. He did the school all the way right. To where, of course, evil men were jealous.
Right.
Evil men were jealous of it. And once again, y'all might have heard the stories of Commander Jimmy Hahn and the money and the this and the this and the that. All that was jealousy because Mahayaman, he put his treasure where his heart was.
Right.
He put his treasure where his heart was. And unfortunately, every greedy nigga couldn't have none. You understand? Every greedy man couldn't get what they wanted. You understand? And so that's what I would do. You understand? I remember one time early, our early days before the Lord increased us as he's done so generously in 2022, we were traveling off of unemployment checks. First, Commander General Hunter's unemployment check. And then my unemployment check when I got let go. We were traveling off of unemployment checks, you understand? Rolling to DC and Baltimore, you understand? And it was a beautiful time. And then, we start flowing. I decided I went and joined the courier service where they, this courier service, they run packages back and forth for lawyers and judges and courthouses. And they pay you a nice penny just to hand somebody an envelope. You understand? Because these was important as envelopes, you know what I mean? And sometimes these envelopes had to go out 2 hours. Listen, that 2 hours was well worth it. When you came back, I go 2 hours, hand some court envelope. The loot I was getting for that, it was nice.
Okay.
And I would give what I think the general told me maybe keep, because I wanted to give it all. I might have gave it all. What I gave? I think 75% of it I gave just toward the school fund. And for us to travel and roll back and forth. And I kept a little 25%. You understand? So you talk about tithes right. Times 7. You understand? Right. Mm-hmm. And it was well worth it, man. Look at us now, you die.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The Lord show you. You put your heart and your love and your treasure in this truth and in this nation, man. It's going to be all good.
Right.
It's going to be all good. So, sister, I hope that answers your question. There's no law saying that you got to go back and recalculate all your money you got when you was in the world and pay your tithes. The Lord winked at that ignorance. You know what I'm saying? You didn't know. But he said, now you commanded. Now you commanded to repent. So now do the right thing from here. You understand? Once again, I would give the Lord a hefty donation. You understand? If I'm sitting nice, you understand? And of course, I'll be looking to increase whatever I got just to help the school and even help yourself if possible, sis. So that's the answer to that. I'm gonna end it there. I know me and Officer Yedaya got to handle some business right after the show. But y'all tune in next week, man, for another episode of Actually the Prophets. So why did everybody for tuning in this week, man? I love Israel, man, and we all love Israel. And I'm proud to sit next to these 2022 jackets and look at me in the face. I'm jealous. I'm about to get me a jacket made with my name in 2022 on it anyway. I don't even care. I'm about to get one made. I want to be part of the team. It was so glorious. You know what I'm saying? And so I'll see y'all next week. Send in your questions, actuallytheprophets@gmail.com, or you can DM us at Actually the Prophets on Facebook, or you can leave the questions in the chat room right now during our shows, man, and we'll get to them. The brothers get to them. They send them to me, and I even look them over at some point and get to them, and we'll answer them live on the show. Any questions, any thoughts, anything any questions your family got that you want to get the answers to cut them, or to do, or or to show you your friends, you know what I'm saying? They wondering why is that Israelite stuff so important, or why is this, why is that? They got questions too. You understand? But a lot of them can't give up a cigarette, so they don't want to be around the prophets, which is the wrong thing to do. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to come on. We want to smell the cigarette smoke. You understand? And then we're going to talk about you. You know what I'm saying? We're going to try to get the demon out of you. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to help. We got programs, man. We got programs set up for you to get off cigarettes, for you to get off marijuana. You understand? Every teacher you see in the ISUPK used to smoke weed and cigarettes. You think we don't know what weed tastes like? You think we don't know how delicious it can be? You understand? But we woke up to the truth now. And we see that our king died for us to stop smoking weed and cigarettes and getting high. And he's worth quitting. Right. He's worth giving up shrimp and crab, ain't he? Mm-hmm. He's worth giving up pork and lobster. He's worth it. Right. He's worth giving up whores and whoring out our sisters, man. He's worth it. You understand? And so we turn our life over to him, man. And we thank him for what he did and thank the Most High for allowing him to do what he did, man. Right. And we just roll this thing out and teach and wake our people up till the kingdom come, till the Lord's will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Right. Shalom, Israel.
Yay-Z. You know the chop. Ayazahab. Badness no sir. Let me tell you how the badness steer. Dopey bad fly when the Glock display. Tell a boy say no try box this face. Back switch face. You know how your blood clot casket stay, boy. You must see one Baptist prayer. When the map stick raise that big straight. Shot misplaced. The key them in your head stop misbehaved. Catch his face. The key never tell us we lock this place. Which locksmith anyway watch this place. War with them bunny like plastic plate. Hey, we don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15s and AR rounds. We don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15s and AR rounds. We no take drape up. We no take beat up, we no stay up. And when the next day come, we no change up. Man, I ask them bad as them wake up. Take care, boss boy, head top shake up. So tell a pussy, well, don't violate us. No care where you status, where you take up. Every man a killer till miss a dead face, you straight up. Great stuff, one Westling bigger than NATO. Man we boss it to NATO. Only man we afraid of, that are the creator, the maker. Hey, we don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15s and AR rounds. We don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15 and AR rounds. AR-15s and AR rounds. AR-15s and let me tell you how the badness steer. Dopey bad fly when the Glock display. Tell a boy say no try box this face. Back switch face. You know how your blood clot casket stay, boy. You must see one Baptist prayer. When the map stick raise that lick straight. Shot misplaced. The teeth them in your head stop misbehave. Catch his face. The key never tell us we lock this place. Which locksmith anyway watch this space. War with them bunny like plastic plate. We don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15s and AR rounds.